universe where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with El Slack and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Oh, let's hit explode. Let's hit explode.
What's up, everybody? We're back for episode, what are we at, 31 of the Neutral Zone. We got Happy Meffer and our boy Swarly 129 in a new city in his new digs, looking fresh to death, fine as fuck, ready to go, dapper as can be, while Happy's over there looking fucking rugged.
Hey,
Like he
I got
just
on
walked
my
out of the
Upland
gym,
Genesis t-shirt tonight,
or
okay?
crawled out of his bed. That's a sick shirt. I got one of those too, but I was too fat to fit into it, so I had to take a tiny guy.
Oh yeah, the year before they did the same to me. I have one that's like muscle shirt basically, but with me it's a flab shirt. So
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. It just really accents the keg I got going on down here.
mm-hmm.
And then my belly sticks out a little bit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
well, I'm in trouble. If you've got a keg, I've got a whole pallet.
Yeah, you're rocking a couple crates there.
Oh yeah, I'm a little bit overweight. Yes, just a tiny bit. Anyway, let's move on from that. Bit uncomfortable.
You're the one that said it, man. Not me.
Yeah, ever since COVID, my weight started going up, and I need to turn it around, and I will this year.
Well, you got that badass pool. You can start doing laps and shit.
Now, that pool's for frolicking. There's another pool downstairs. That's a lap pool.
Hey, did you get the place with you have like that golf thing in it?
Yeah.
Bro, have you tried that out yet?
Not yet.
Oh my god.
You got to do like some building induction or some shit. So we haven't done that yet. So apparently we're not even supposed to be using the pool yet. But
You have to take a tour or something or sign some waivers?
I don't know what it is we've got to do, but we've got to do something apparently, and we haven't done it yet. And yeah, but anyway, so we're still settling in. We're probably about 70% unpacked, give or take. And we're getting a lounge delivered tomorrow, so it'd be nice to actually have something other than a camping chair to sit in, which has been.
And you got that slinky fucking condo thing, or what? I don't know. What do you call it? What are you living in? I don't know. What is it? You're like in a. It's not an apartment.
Yeah, it's an apartment.
Oh, it is like okay. So you bought this slinky ass apartment.
And on level 20 of a 100-story building.
And you're hanging out in fucking lawn chairs.
Yeah, at the moment. That'll change tomorrow. We went and bought a nice, reclining sofa thing, which is super comfy. So that'd be nice. So give us something other than, camping chairs to sit in, which would be nice. But we're slowly unpacking. It's a lot smaller than we're used to. So like a bed barely fits in the room, and the missus has to sort of walk sideways to get past the bed to get around to her side, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah. When you make it to the 70th floor, you'll be good to go.
Well, the 70th floor is where the pool is, but we have the above the 70 is what we call the haves. So they're what they call cloud rise, and they've got nicer stuff and bigger apartments and stuff. So if Sparklet does this thing over the next 12 months, who knows? Maybe we get to move upstairs. That would be the dream.
Another 9 months, and you guys are gonna be swanking out.
Oh, that'd be the dream, but there's a lot of things that go right between now and then. So certainly not holding any breath. But you got to have something to aim for. So
that's right.
So we'll
Happy, what are you doing? You can't ever get this thing right.
I'm trying to set this up so that it's I'm just gonna keep it right. This fucking light. I just can't get a baby from this light.
There. There's not a callus on those things.
I work in an office. I do typing all day. See, I can't get away from this fucking light. There we go. I think that's a little better. But now I'm better.
Oh, fucking Claire. Don't put hashtag action, but that's from the last video. Oh, my coworker Claire, she's come to troll. She's come to troll the podcast.
Fair enough.
You got somebody
Yeah.
from work, man. I'm glad nobody from work watches this shit with me.
Yeah, they well, I don't know. I don't even know how it came up necessarily, but it came up somehow, and then they're like, "Ooh, tell me." I'm like, nah. And then I was like, fuck it, why not? I made him work for it a little bit, and then I was like, okay, it's this. Just be gentle, be sweet.
I mentioned it once at work, and they just laughed at me.
That's pretty much what I got. And then they're like, "Oh, now I gotta find the videos." I was like, "You're not gonna want to listen to this. Trust me, it's filthy."
Telling people about Upland, let alone that I, participate in a podcast that's about Upland.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like,
Well, I used to do the treasure hunting when I was at work, so everyone would ask me, "Well, what is it that you're doing, and why are you doing it?" So I'd explain it to them, and they're just like, you can see that as soon as you started talking, their eyes just glazed over, and I'm like, yeah. So you try and give them some short, really simple version, just so you don't bore the fuck out of them. But it's frustrating because if they got it and actually understood it, Upland's got so many different avenues and different things you can get involved in that you don't have to necessarily like treasure hunting to like Upland, or you don't have to like racing, or there's so many different things, and you don't need a lot of money to play it either. If you want to invest $5-10 a week, that'll get you a long way in the,
or maybe even less than that. I'm slowly building up this account at way less than $5 to $10 a week.
Well, I don't put money in anymore, but I put a lot to start with. I was doing it bit by bit each week for nearly 2 years, or probably about 2 years. So I wasn't buying Sparklet, I was trying to earn it. But so now I've flipped. But doesn't mean I don't sell stuff and then buy stuff for USD. But
I'm listening. I just forgot to put the music on in the background like an idiot, like a fucking noob. Like I've never done this before.
So
I just like throwing money into a dumpster, putting money into up.
You gotta put your money somewhere.
I think in the last month I spent over $1,000 on Upland easily.
Well, you bought what is the last? You bought that one monster
I didn't buy any Sparklet. Well, yeah, that one was like $500 and almost $600.
Yeah,
well, it's funny you say that because I sort of. Well, when you just said that $1,000 and Upland, I'm like, oh. But then I'm like, hang on, I probably bought about that much Sparklet in the last month because I bought, and I'm usually talk Australian dollars, so it's 1.5 to 1.6 times the American dollars that I've got to put in. But yeah, I would have put in probably over that or about that in the last month just buying Sparklet. But that's my focus at the moment is Sparklet.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, I can't get enough of it. I just keep trying to acquire it any way I possibly can.
Get my hands on that Sparklet.
I bridged in nearly 10K of it this morning.
Hey, real quick at the top, hashtag baller, because our resident baller Happy MF is going to give away 100,000 UPIX tonight to somebody.
Is he?
Yeah, some random winner will win 100,000 UPIX just in time for Paris.
Yeah, hashtag fucking baller, man. Here, I'll put it up on the screen here.
Yeah, give away car last week, 100K this week.
Yeah, dude, you're just, like I said, you're fucking baller status.
Well, not as baller as like TML, but
does Claire have an Upland account
here and there?
Be a good start for her account.
Well, if you're going to be putting hashtag baller, she better get an Upland account. We can talk tomorrow.
That's like $25.
Well, I mean, if you're going up, well, it depends. Yeah, if you're going to spend it, if you're going to buy it from Upland, it'd be $100.
That's what I'm going to say. It's more like $100 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how you spend
for
it.
a new player. It's
$25 if you know what you're doing, but for a new player, it's $100.
Claire, sorry, I'm not in there. I'm just supporting the cause. I know, Claire. Hit that hashtag baller. But if Claire wins I don't know what we're gonna do with that. We're gonna have to do something.
If Claire wins, we'll split it up amongst 5 people or 4 people, 25K each.
Okay. Yep. I like that. If Claire wins, she just spreads the love amongst 5 people. That works out for me. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hide this for now.
Speaking of Paris, I don't know anything about it. I haven't read anything. What's happening?
They're expanding
Who's-
Paris. Are you ready
Who's
for
going? No,
that? No, yeah,
I heard that and I heard about it and it's like, okay, move on.
I'm not gonna go to Paris. Not on the same day that we got to start this war in Tokyo, which we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna go out there. I'm just gonna try to buy the packages. I bought a pass, and if I get something worth getting, I'll do it. But what about you, Happy? You're gonna go out to Paris?
Yeah, why not? It's I like the city openings. They can be fun, and it's always a good chance to make some upics. I bought one of the banana human sim guides, and so gonna go try to go get some collections. If I at least get a couple purples or an exclusive, I'm normally pretty happy. But I'm also gonna buy like the $100. Well, hopefully I can get the $100 bundle because that seemed to work out pretty good the last time I did it. Because you get a 50 property and you get 2 properties, so you're basically guaranteed a collection.
Yeah, that's true. Did it actually work out good for you last time, or are you being facetious?
No. It actually did work out good. I got a Main Street property.
Oh,
That was in that.
That was
bundle.
rare, wasn't
it? Was like a Main Street old town.
good for you.
That's what they had 2 street
yeah,
collections
I
right
could
next
almost-
to each other, didn't they?
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Well, fuck. I was looking at them. I just registered, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. Normally, if I register that late, I never get a good spot, but we'll see what happens.
I haven't registered yet, so you're gonna get a better spot than me.
Well,
I think it's
mean,
pretty random. I don't think it matters when you register. Like that's never seemed.
Yeah.
I like to think that. I've never not gotten a
affect
good
it.
spot when I registered like right at like 9 o'clock. If I register like early, I always get a good spot. Every time I register late, I don't. Well, there's been like a couple times, but
No, I was at work one time doing a night shift when they started a registration. I think it's for a totem. And I was, as soon as it ticked over and came up green, you could register. I hit it, and I was still like 4 billionth in queue, and I was like, "Yeah, this registering early or late makes no difference."
well,
I hit up 4.
I
4
haven't had that
late.
experience.
So I
Yeah. When I got my
As Happy
terminals,
says-
I think I registered pretty late.
And you still got it?
Still got them.
See, and I've registered for terminals for 3 years, and I've never even come close to being.
Well, that's because you're swirly. You're just like this is not how I'm intending it really, but you're like the loser of Upland.
I am.
Like you can't
Although
win.
I did win something on the ninjas the other night.
I don't mean it like he's a loser. I just mean like he can't win a raffle to save his life. If it was like, all right, man, we're gonna spin this wheel 100 times. There's 101 names on here. And we'll kill your whole family if you don't get it out of 100 tries. And his family's as good as dead.
As
All
good
of
as
them.
dead.
Yeah, he's not winning that shit.
No, I wonder if it's the StreamYard selection thingy, because it must identify my name or something. Because those things just never seem to work for me. But anyway, I'm not too stressed about it. And to be honest, now I don't even know if I want a terminal anymore these days, and I'm certainly not putting in any more USD in. So if I was to get one, I would be a bit, fuck, what do I do now? So I don't even think I register anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like they're kind of worth it and they're kind of not. Like I have 3 terms. I mean, I'm kind of like, do I really need 3 terminals? So
Well,
I'm
for
probably
Upic,
gonna just sell one for Upics.
for an Upix boost, I guess. But and with my missus being English, so when this is the closest I've ever come to getting a terminal. Obviously, they had 10 Heathrow Airport terminals, and I was 20th in line, and I'm like, holy fuck, I think I've got a chance at this. And I was discussing with the missus, what do we do? Because they're like $1,500 each or something, and we literally were on our way over to England at the time, so money wasn't exactly plentiful because we spent a lot on this holiday. And we're like, what do I do if I actually get a shot at this? And we're discussing it, and she wasn't happy, and I'm like, well, but I mean, I may never get another chance. And it is Heathrow, which sort of got her interested. I think the first 10 people in the list bought them because I didn't even come close to getting one.
That's crazy.
I had to wait 20 minutes or something like that. I can't remember how long it was, but whatever it was, I did not come close to even having to make that decision of what do I do, how I deal with it. And I was 20th in line, so I was like,
it might have been a blessing in disguise. There could have never been a Mrs. Swarley.
No, I think because it was Heathrow rather than any other airport, I think I might have been able to get over the line on that one. Had it been, just fucking LA or something, unless you realize what are you doing? But given that it's her hometown. Well, this was 2 years ago now, so well, that were 18 months or so ago. So but that's the closest I've ever come, and I actually thought I had a chance of being 20th in line, but yeah, no, still didn't do it anyway. So I've given up on them now. So I'm more interested in collections, but now they've made that hard to get even. So which is good for the game, bad for me. So again, I'm just
can't
trying to
win.
So as a result, I don't know that I'm personally interested in the expansion. Like, I don't mind going and getting involved because I figure worst case scenario, you at least get the city collection if you miss everything else. With an expansion, you don't even get that. So I'm like, getting up at 4 a.m. to do this, I might pass.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean,
I find it super frustrating. And like the city passes went on sale yesterday, I guess. I'm assuming.
I can't recall. Yeah.
Like, anyway, I didn't register, but I wouldn't have cared anyway because I've been so exhausted lately with the move. There was no chance of me getting up at 4 a.m. to buy a pass.
It just frustrates me. You never responded.
It frustrates me. Oh, sorry, I've been super fucking busy this last week.
No excuse. I said, hey, do you guys want me to get you one? And LeBan's the only one that mentioned anything, and then you were just crickets.
It was for a few days, but I'm still only catching up now. But it just frustrates me that like you get up 3 hours after a sale starts and it's sold out. Okay, it's cool if it sells out that fast. I haven't got a problem with that. But then you get on buy, swap, sell, and there's a bunch of pricks with like 10, 15 of them each selling for double, in USD or 5x in UpX. I'm like, how Upland? How are you allowing this to happen? Like, for a global game, you're not giving the global audience a chance. It's so bloody annoying. So, anyway.
Hold on a second. I just noticed. I'm not trying to change that. Look at this Jay Sawyer photo here. Are you seeing this?
This is like 30 years ago.
Look at this fucking thing. Oh my god. What a young little buck.
Could be. He's got young kids though, hasn't he? So it's not him, not one of his kids grown up.
Jay Sawyer, this is you, I hope. It looks just like you.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's got like a
20 or 30 years ago.
Looks like he's got this baby face. Like he just came out of his high school graduation, looking to score some sweet new tail, looking for his future Miss Sawyer.
Anyway, so just finishing off my point. Upland aren't going to divide the sales up into 3 different time zones or some different time zones to allow people from different areas around the world to get involved at a reasonable time. At least delay the purchases of multiple accounts from one person for a period of time to give other people a crack, I guess, is what I'm saying. Because it's frustrating when I actually want to get a pass, and by the time I get up 3 hours after the sale, it's already sold out. And then some prick selling 10 of them for twice as much. And you're like, well, how's that fair?
I'm sorry. How many times do I have to apologize?
So, yeah, I just think there should be like a period there where you can only buy one per account, and then obviously they're probably not going to sell out straight away. So then, fine. Once that period of time's up and everyone's had a chance to buy one, then free for all, happy days. But I don't know, whatever.
Clear.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Maybe
I think they should limit it. I don't think people should be able to buy more than 3 each. Like that. That's because otherwise, then you just like you said, you end up with like 2 or 3 that'll go in and buy, 20 passes, and then they're gonna mark them up to like ridiculous prices,
Just go look at buy, swap, sell
And
on
yeah.
Upland's page now. The 25k UPX will get you one, and I bought one for that price for the original. What do you call it? The Park City release, and then I got a property that was worth 8,000 UPX. And I was like, yeah, that was worth it. So
Hey, I got a property that was like
I paid 3
$100,000.
times more for the pass than what the property was worth, and I was like, yeah, I should have just stuck with my no pass policy.
Hey, but you need
I
it
got
for your
stuck.
collection, leaderboard that doesn't matter.
I could not give 2 fucks about
Hey,
that.
did you? But here's what you should give a fuck about. They're
Okay.
just for the season. The overall collection stats means nothing. They said there's
Yeah,
no prize.
it's just
There's no. It's
Oh,
just for
there will be a prize at some point, I think, but at the moment it's just for the
the big dig contest.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Which obviously TML's got probably
He's got the
hands down.
biggest. He's got the biggest dong in the land.
So and I have no interest in competing with him for that title whatsoever.
Well, you'd be spending a ton of money probably.
And for what? And even for the season, each season, again, I'll play Upland how I want. I'm not going to get into any of this fucking. I mean, I keep telling myself I don't give a fuck about badges, and I don't. But at the same time, it is kind of cool to collect them.
It is.
So if I can collect a badge without it, costing a fortune or me going out of my way a lot to do so, then I will. But I'm not going out of my way to get a badge just for the sake of getting a badge. So I'm not going to go out and buy 10 Block Explorers and burn them all or whatever it is just so I can get some really cool badge or some shit. But other people are up to it, so they want to do it, go for it. But that's not me. I tend to look at an event that's happening in Upland, and either it's profitable if you manage to win or reward yourself, such as like the structural ornament competition, or it's fun to get involved in. I think what we were going to talk about soon, which has been the talk of the week, I guess, is this wars. I think it's probably more the fun side of thing rather than the profitable
You want to get into the fun, Swar? Well, Swar, get some fun action in. I know Happy's ready.
It's good to be back. I should be back regularly now too. I think the move's all but done. Things should settle down for us here. Mrs. back at work now. I'm at the moment unemployed. Do not work at Crown Casino, so stop saying that. They don't know that.
You don't want to work at the casino?
So, sorry?
Still
you don't want to work at the
collecting
casino?
check, huh?
I do, but maybe one day. We'll see what happens. I've got to figure out some stuff. Part of the reason why we came down here was so I could do uni, which I still want to do, but I'm not spending $50,000 to do a course in 3D, animation and stuff like that to only find out that AI is going to take over the next 2 years anyway. I mean, AI would probably take over the industry before I even finished on the course. So what's the point in doing a course?
You should take an AI course on how to use AI to create better assets.
Potentially, or just but has that course been created yet? I need AI to create the course for me.
Happy, which one are you? Are you really high or really tired? Are you stoned or tired? Which one?
I'm just
Or both? just
The sandwiches are out. Huh?
I'm a little tired. I put in like a new floor out at my house this week.
Oh yeah, you were
And
talking
so
about
it was. Yeah, we did some renovation. We had one of these rooms had carpet that was 40 years old.
That's right.
And so it was fucking it out. And and put in some like laminate floors. Just went and bought some shit from Lowe's, and it's pretty easy to do, but still kind of tiring. But yeah, mainly I'm stoned. I've smoked like 3 or 4 bowls since I got home from work.
Damn. putting it in.
Yeah, well, I've been like a marijuana, like a pothead, I guess is what you'd call it, like pretty much my whole life, man. Like that's pretty much where the name Happy Motherfucker comes from, because I'm always so high that I'm just a happy motherfucker. Yeah. There's very little that bothers me in life. But when it does, I can get kind of pissed off. For the most part, though, I'm pretty mellow.
Well,
Actually, before we move on, sorry, have I interrupted?
Go for it. No, you're
I was
good.
gonna say, before we move on to talking about things like the wars, Just wanted to share. I'll present if I can.
Yeah,
remember how
Jimmy.
All right, so this was supposed to end today. So this is the voting. This is the voting for the design competition for the Queensridge
Don't go
neighborhood,
with
which
the
was bought
fucking
by
traitor.
Crypto. What was his name? Crypto21, I think it was.
For the
Who
Queens
bought that
thing.
Queensridge, yeah. So in Las Vegas, so the whole neighborhood that I think it was Crypto Land 21 purchased. So they're doing the design comp, which has been ongoing since I think beginning of December. So there's total of 8 entries. So encourage, and maybe I'll stick a link some way. I don't know how. Can we put a link in YouTube?
You could put it in the chat.
Yeah, but does it delete it?
I haven't noticed any link that I put in there getting deleted as of yet.
Well, let me try. Oops, that's the wrong chat.
Yeah, this is just like is this a Google Doc? I'm like trying to scroll up on it like it's my fucking page.
Yeah,
Well,
so this is the voting page. I'm chucking it into chat now. See if it works.
Okay.
So
Vote for.
it looks like,
I was gonna say vote for Happy, but no, vote for Swarley's structure.
no, don't. I'm not going to tell you which ones are mine.
All you gotta do is click it. It tells you.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, I couldn't
Okay.
find a name anywhere.
Well, it's because you weren't looking hard enough.
So
I
Crypto
must
Land
not.
21.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well-
So that's what it is. So you do click on it, and then it all pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can click on the name. So, Crypto Land 21. So, from what I understand, they took all the files and created an account all under the one name, so we don't know whose is whose, which is cool. And in my opinion, they're all fucking fantastic entries. I don't think any of them are, subpar or anything like that. I think
Yeah.
I only know D-Tech's entry. I'm not going to point at any of them, but I know D-Tech and his 2 entries.
Mhm.
The other entries, I don't know who did them or what they are, or so not what they are, but who did them or whatever. But yeah, I'm not saying vote for mine. I'm just saying vote in general. Apparently, there is some reason to vote. I don't know what it is, top of my head. Yeah, so anyone that was watching the show would know at least one of my entries. But again, don't just vote for mine because you know it's mine. I mean, vote for what you think is the best. At some point in the future, I think these are only going to be able to be built in Queensridge, but these properties will go up for sale in Queensridge at some point. So maybe at some point you get to own and build one of these properties. So
You have a boat in the background? Sorry,
Who?
Jay's story was saying something about his boat in the background.
So if you haven't yet voted, jump on and do that. There was something in the Queensridge Discord saying that there's incentives or something to vote. I don't know what they are. Don't quote me on that. But basically, something about it's worth voting, so go vote. But they were going to end it today, but they want to get to 200 votes before they end it, and they're only I think just over 100 as of this morning or something. So I've been trying to get other people to sort of push a little bit. Goldie mentioned it briefly, but didn't show anything. I tried to get one of the community managers to post it on Discord or something, but
Did you post
They
the
just-
link in the chat?
I did. I don't know if it came through or not.
I didn't see it come through.
I'll send it to you in Discord because I don't think it allows me to
Okay. Because I know I posted it in a few places. Let me see if I
So-
can do it.
Yeah, so I tried to get one of the community managers to at least do some sort of notification for it. But
There.
again, so must let you do it because it's
I
your
see the
channel. But it
link
doesn't let
now.
anyone else do it. Yeah, must let you because it's your channel, but nobody else. I didn't think I could post the link. Yeah, so I mean, Upland did an announcement for the competition initially, but I haven't seen Upland do anything since in relation to publicising it or getting the word out there or something. So, which is disappointing, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, so if a few people here can maybe vote.
Go
and maybe
vote
pass it
on
to
your
some other
favorite
people.
structure. Hopefully it's Swarley's.
So, well, yes and no. I'm not going to be at all disappointed if I don't win because there's fantastic entries in here. So if I'm beaten by good entries. So I've got absolutely no problems with that.
Some really cool structures in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like this one with a hand coming up over the back with, I'm assuming that's a diamond.
Initially when I saw that one, this was my least favorite one, and then I clicked on every one of them. I did my due diligence. I clicked on every single one. I looked at them in their 3D, and then I was like, damn, actually, I think I really like the hand one. After when I like moved it around and shit, that's really
something
cool
different.
Yeah, it's super different.
So I think this is a diamond. I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
diamond
it's
hands.
like holding a diamond.
So yeah, it's cool. Very unique and very different to what Upland normally produce. So so I think it's fan. I don't know who created this one. I have no clue. I mean, the creators out there, but yeah, I only know DTEX submitted some entries, and outside of that, I don't know who else has submitted. So I haven't heard. I haven't seen anyone else. So if they have, I don't. Yeah.
Ruble Max, it's you rank them from best to worst in your opinion. So you're going to rank them all. If that answers your question.
So this one, I look at this one and go, like, it's pretty awesome build. But I'm like, damn, if I lived there, imagine coming home with your groceries and having to carry them up all the stairs.
Dude, I know it looks like a labyrinth house.
How like I'll get lost there for sure.
Oh, for sure,
pretty cool though, isn't it? I mean,
that's when you put your in-laws in. You put your in-laws there. You're like, you live in like the best part, and you throw your in-laws in the back somewhere, and just set them and forget them. There's safety violations all over this structure. There's no railing anywhere. Someone's gonna fall to their death. Oh, I don't know how many winners there's going to be. I think just one winner.
I think there's two.
So there's two winners.
2 winners, I think.
Upland's going to let them put 2 structures in their city.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's very generous of them.
That's I understand it was there's a first place and second place. So even if so my opinion is even if I don't win, I'm cool with it. A, because it's a lot of work to get it ready for Upland, but B, I sort of on the belief that at some point in the future, that even if I don't win, I can use them as blueprints if and when they allow us to do blueprints in the future. So so don't vote for mine just because it's me or anything like that. If you think some of these others are better, which I'd argue that they probably are, then vote for them because chances.
You went robot-y for a second there.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say, Swirl. I'm saying vote for Swarley. I see what you're doing there too. I know what you're doing.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
there you go.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Happy, did you fall
Australian barbecue?
That's actually pretty fucking dope. I think that's one of my favorites so far.
That's the Easter egg I put in it. So most people that watch the show already know that I built this one. So that Easter egg, that this is the moon's surface on the concrete. So when you look at it like that, you can clearly see that it is. But generally speaking, in game you won't really be able to, unless you won't know because in game you can't really tell.
But underneath, it's the moon.
Yeah, you can't look under them.
But just know
you can
there.
In the shop.
You can in the shop.
In the shop, you can. If this is if that you can even do that in the shop, which I don't know that you can because it's a structure, not a NFT. So yeah, it's been interesting. Anyway, so that's enough of that. So that was supposed to end today.
What'd you say, Happy?
They're like solid. You can't look at them that much unless you're like in the building phase of them, right?
I think it's going to be like building any others. building any other structures, so I don't think you'd be able to look under or anything like that. So that's more of a Easter egg that if you know, you know, sort of thing.
If you don't know, now you know, sucker. All right, you done pimping out your shit? Trying to get your votes up?
Well, it's not mine. I'm not trying to get. I'm just trying to get the votes up. I don't care who you guys vote for. Like I said, I'm not even slightly upset if I don't win because I had Plan B. Well, the main reason I was building them anyway was for the blueprint idea down the future. So I was hoping to, I guess, learn a bit, which I did. I learned heaps from this. D-Tech, shout out to D-Tech, gave me some pointers, which was great. So I've learned a lot, and it's helping me with my other stuff as well. So I'm improving my quality across the board. So hopefully 2025.
You've come a long ways since the beginnings when you were showing me making that well, and then what you're making now is incredible.
Actually, I don't know if he's selling them yet, but I'll show you the latest.
The latest what?
For Ben 68. So let me show you.
Oh, you finally finished that structure? No, yes?
Yeah, just trying to remember what the address. Yeah, I did. I'm just trying to remember what the address is. So give me a sec. I'll find it and then I'll share.
Did he submit it and they approve it already?
Yeah, he literally in less than a week. And I told him that they've been doing them pretty quick as of late. And yeah, he was even surprised himself. Like he literally went, "I'll get some Muppets to send to you," and then next day it was all done. And I'm like, yeah, I told you they've been a bit quick lately.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't know what, why, how, when, but how. Remember a little while back that was like used to take weeks to get a shop approved, and then all of a sudden it was all happening like in a day. It's kind of the same sort of situation at the moment with structural ornaments. They seem to be going through really quick. Hopefully it stays like that, but probably not.
That's awesome.
Maybe they just had less submissions of late. I don't.
Maybe they're
I
becoming
think
more.
they actually get more automated with everything. Like they get it to a point to where they're
I think because they have changed it.
Because like you said, forever it's people weeks, even months to just get a shop open, and now you can get it within 24, 48 hours.
Hey, Swirl, have you heard anything about that racetrack we put up on Schlong Island?
No, but I don't even try and ping him now until past the. I think it's like 3 months or something they say. Because last time I did that, it was like 2 months in, and I got basically told to shut up and wait till time was up. And then I did, and like the day after, and it was approved the next day. So I don't know.
Okay. How long has it been since we submitted that?
I recorded the details. I could tell you in a minute.
Yeah, I want to know where we're at with Schlong Island Racetrack. Or what do we call it? We call it something different, but Le Johnson
Run or something like that.
Yeah, the Le Johnson Run. That was a sweet little name AI came up with for us. All right, what are you looking for? You're looking for a Ben 68 prop?
I like what
it's right here, but it's not loading.
Release these in Spark War, like for all.
What'd you say?
Did you see the comment from how Upland should have released the all of the structures for the Spark Wars, and whichever one had the most build on it would be the winning, or whichever one had the most builds would be the winner.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
I just thought that would be a cool way for them to do it, as opposed to just a regular vote.
Jason, you get that?
Yeah, but the problem there is, whichever one had the lowest spark hours would be the one that would win.
I
don't have to make them all the same spark hours. Yeah, I don't know if this is my internet or Upland or what. It's probably my internet.
It's probably your internet, yeah. Yeah, I can notice
it's finally loaded.
Difference. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, and that's the Wi-Fi effect for you. So I don't. It's frustrating. I don't know how to.
Well, now you're gonna have to go beat up your wife and say this is unacceptable.
Considering that I'm now in a city that has got fiber cable, to the building. What do you call it? So Ben, obviously, anyone that knows Ben's got a bit of a connection with Japan, etc. Build. So we worked on this together.
That's pretty cool.
He wanted like a burnt wood. I can't zoom in anymore. So this has got burnt wood effect with a on the wood. So
man, every time you try to zoom in on that thing or move it around, like you're cutting out and it's all blurry and shit.
Cutting out.
Yeah. Just when you start doing stuff, like bringing up 3D models and shit.
Oh. That like KO become Robo KO when he tries to share.
Yes,
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try and work out how to get back onto the land. I don't know. Yeah, so I think his plans are to sell these. He's only just got them, so I don't know he's minted too many yet. But they're pretty cool. So there's going to be a whole range of these. He's got a red version as well.
Is this the black version?
I don't know, like version, a red version. I think that's.
Wow, there's a lot of lagging cutting out there. Maybe I don't know if it's on my end, but maybe it's on both sides.
You hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you happy, just fine.
No.
It's just whenever like Swarly goes into other stuff, he starts cutting out.
What?
Now we're all frozen. He's frozen. We got a frozen Swarly with a concerned look on his face. He's like, "Oh fuck, what's happened?" He made a joke earlier. He's like, "I'll probably be on happy status when we do this stream," because he was on Wi-Fi, and I was like, "Oh, maybe." And then sure as shit, here we are.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have to sort.
Yeah, fiber optics is bullshit, man. Because I have fiber as well, and I have all kinds of internet problems.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I do know when I was in the middle of fucking nowhere in Dubbo, New South Wales, 400 kilometres from a major city. You guys never complained once about my connection. First day, smack bang in the heart of a fucking major, the second biggest city in Australia, and my service is shit. So, same. Nothing else has changed. My PC, all that's exactly the same. So it can only be the internet service that I'm getting. But I am on a Wi-Fi as opposed to a LAN. So I may need to work out how to get back to a LAN.
And your Wi-Fi or your router doesn't have a LAN connection?
Has one.
Plug it in, motherfucker. Get like a 50-foot cable.
My old one had. Yeah, that looks ugly too. But there's something else that plugs into it that can only plug into it. It's not Wi-Fi. So I'll have to work something out. Try and work something out for next week.
Nah, you'll figure it out. You're a smart guy. You got plenty of time on your hands too.
Wonder if you can get like a double adapter splitter type thing where you can have from one plug to two. You probably can.
Probably.
So
free kitchen at the cost of our internet. Let's talk about let's go into Spark Wars, shall we? Can we talk about that before you guys start cutting out and glitching all over the fucking place? I'm gonna be talking to myself.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jonathan, for voting.
Well, I voted 2, Swart. I don't get a thanks.
No, I expect more from you.
Fair enough. I accept. Let's talk about the Spark Wars. We're not going to talk about our strategy because I dare not give that away. But as an overarching concept, let's talk about it.
Okay, another router and daisy.
Yeah,
what's daisy chain? All right, so we're doing Spark We're doing wars, are we? What is it called? Spark Wars or something?
Sparklet
Is it
Wars.
Spark Wars?
I think it's Sparklet Wars.
Well, I'd offer to share.
Sparklet Wars.
I'll share.
That might
I'll
not
share.
work.
Don't you worry
Yeah.
your pretty
You
little
share.
face off. You'll
Yeah, it
fuck
might
some.
be better if L-Slack shares.
Let me find it here real quick. Give me about 3 shakes of the land. I'm on Wi-Fi as well. So let's present.
It did go a bit robotish when you said that too. So.
Right.
When you said I'm on Wi-Fi too, it
Is
went
it
a bit
just-
roboty.
Is it just StreamYard?
I don't know. Who knows, man? It could be that it knows I want to be a cyborg and it says, "Ooh, I'm going to put the cyborg in you." Yes. First trick, Jimmy, is we must acquire the cyborg. That's what we want. And that's not a
Yeah, that's
secret.
what I'm
Oh.
thinking. Actually,
Oh.
getting the faction you want could end up being tough.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no to that, but I'll just want to share something with you. I'm gonna try and present the screen again.
You
so let's go.
motherfucker. Don't you do it.
Uh.
Don't you do it, you son of a bitch. All right, go
Just
for it.
screen.
Let's watch you fuck
And
this one up.
mine
too.
will be quick. It'll be real
That's what
quick,
she said.
and then you can take it back. So they had the flash challenge today for this. So I thought I don't normally bother with the flash challenges. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get involved. So
What is the
if I had to
flash
choose a
challenge?
faction, I'd go with the pirate. So that's why I did the. It doesn't mean that's what I'm going to be in the competition, but I just went with the pirate for the flash challenge. So this is my entry into
Wow.
the flash challenge. You had to take your avatar or block explorer and pimp it up with some pirate shit, and then post it on X, and tag in Upland Me. So I think I've done all the right things. I've never won these things before, most of the time because I don't enter. So I guess you
That one
can't
looks
if you don't
pretty good
enter.
though.
So I thought, I've been fucking around with, doing some illustrations and pictures and manipulating all that sort of stuff with all my UGC lately. So I thought, it just took like 5 minutes, lock up something. So that's my avatar. So if you go actually look at my account in Upland, that's my avatar. And then I sort of pimped it out with some.
That looks
So
cool.
if you haven't yet done that, challenge you to do better. Go on.
Can you still do it right now?
Yeah, I think you got till tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh God! Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So, and it's for
I haven't seen
25K.
it either. You win 25K.
Yeah.
It has to be a
So-
pirate though.
No, you can choose whichever
No,
faction
any
you
of the
want.
factions.
So you just take your block explorer or your avatar and then pimp it out with whatever you want. So I just went with pirate. A, because it's easy. B, if I had to choose a faction, I'd probably choose pirate because I just think it looks coolest. But I think they're all the same. There's not like one has an advantage over the other. Like they all have how like in other games, like one might have an advantage over attacking, and another one might be more of a defensive thing. And when you try and
Yeah.
play these games, like there's a strategic advantage to both, and then therefore you might have to buy different equipment to it's more advantageous to your faction. Where I don't think any of that's true for this. It's just team A, team B, and team C effectively. But with
Yeah.
building pirates, knights, and
Cyborgs.
outside of that, and cyborgs, and outside of that, they're basically the same. Which I don't know, kind of a bit lazy. I don't know, but maybe it'll evolve over time to something. But yeah, 100% right. But getting the right team it's going to be half the battle.
Right.
And seeing who is on other teams is also. I mean, at the end of the day, if Abdullah decides to play this, you want to be on his team. Otherwise, you ain't going to get shit.
Well, other than being able to build the superstructures, I don't think any one person has a real advantage. Other than Abdullah with his bazillion sparklet, he could build fucking 20 superstructures all by himself.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not unlimited resources. Just go buy up whatever the fuck you want.
There is to an extent.
Not for the battle. No, there's not.
Well, you're going to have enough structural elements, so people will be selling them. So those with bigger pockets will be able to buy more of them. To have,
But not vastly more. Like,
well,
you're capped.
They're only
There is-
putting out like 500.
yeah, but you can get them on the secondary market. I'll
Yeah,
stop
but-
sharing.
Well, right, but I mean, even still, there's only going to be there's only going to be 500 for each faction,
This time.
or is it 500 total?
No,
600.
500 for each.
Well,
It's
right.
500 for each faction. For the bundles.
Bring it up. Let's go look.
I have it up right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, hashtag baller. Don't forget to put hashtag baller.
Reshare because I saw. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I went over this with TML the other day, but we'll do it again here for this.
I tried to listen to that twice and I fell asleep both times. That's not because of you. It's
You
because
son
I'm
of a
been
bitch.
moving house. It's because you got two
No, I
views
know.
out of me for it. It's just because I've been moving house. I'm so exhausted. I won't go through all the
Oh,
details. but
I
let's
need
just
the
say
views too.
It was the worst time. It was the worst time of the year to be moving house, and the weather got us big time.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I'll just go right down to the spot where it shows. Swirl, you really think that the pirate ones look the best? I do not.
No, I just mean I don't say they look the, but not structural ornaments. I'm just actually I don't think any of these structural ornaments look good. To be fair,
I think these ones look good. Not gonna lie.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
But that's,
And they cover and they cover the roof. Oh my.
I know. I said the same thing.
But
Only
yeah,
Upland's allowed to do that, Swirly.
we won't dwell on that.
Yeah, don't get your fucking panties in the twist here.
So, look, if Abdullah, I mean, let's do the math on this. So, 500,000 sparkler builds 1 structure in 3.5 days. Effectively, he could build 2 for each slot, and he's got 4 million. So he could build, what's that, 16 of these in the 7 days?
I don't know. What? It takes 40,000 spark hours to complete?
Yeah, so from what X1 said, no, that's how much he can stake. It's 40,000 spark hours all up. So
With
effectively,
the
you can
500
if
spark.
if you're on the ball and you start straight away, from what I understand, you can probably pump 2 out with the same 500,000 sparklet. So with Abdullah having 4 million, that means he can do 8 and then do another 8 when those first 8 finish in time. Potentially, I'm not saying he will if he plays. So potentially he could build 16 of these. And if he does, some of those could get nullified with those carts, I think it is, whatever it is.
The cart,
But
yeah.
are you going to nullify all 16 of them? Good luck.
Yeah,
So,
good luck. Well, there's only how many cards are there? It says up here or down
25.
here. Yeah, there's only 25. So
look,
I mean,
it'll be interesting. Let's just
you can
hypothetically say Abdullah does play, hypothetically, and let's say he is a cyborg. It'd almost be the case where the other 2, so the Pirates and the Knights, need to team up against them just to try and be competitive. Because I just don't see how you can be. But again, and because Upland's going to try and keep the teams even, so it's not like he can take one and then everybody else can try and take him on because they want to keep the teams even. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm interested. I have concerns with it at the same time, but yeah, I'm in. I'm going to play. I bought a.
what are your concerns, Mr. Swarley?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to me, this was billed as a team event. Correct? Have I misunderstood that? Like,
That's
Yeah,
how I
100%.
understand it. I understand it
So-
and believe it to be a team event.
all right, but okay. And I'm not a big I'm certainly not a big dog when it comes to Spark. I've got a decent amount of Spark, but there's 27 players with more Spark than me. But what incentive do I have to help you build? Say you want to build a mega structure. What incentive do I have to help you build a mega structure, as opposed to look after my own backyard? Because there's like a block, what do you call it, a badge that some people care about up for grabs for the top 3. But the more points I earn, the more sparklet I get, not the team.
Well, I think it's twofold.
Right, so
it
it
is
should be
individual
spread out a
and
lot.
it's team. Because not one, other than Abdullah, not one person really is going to be able to build a superstructure on their own.
No, everyone. No, that's not true. I mean, like I said, I'm 27th or 28th for the Spark holdings. If you've got 250,000 Spark or more, you can build one of these on your own, because you can get it done in the 7 days, and that's without sparking it up with Spark Exchange if and when it comes back online.
Right.
So So anyone with 250,000 Sparklet can build one of these, but you're not going to get it done until the last day, which means you're sort of missing out on a lot of points. Abdullah could start them all on the first day, have 8 of them finish, on day 4, I guess, and then gets those points from day 4, 5, 6, and 7, where everyone else will have to, start accumulating points later on in the build. But my point is, there's no incentive for Abdullah to help other people on his team, because the more he does for himself, the more Sparklet he gets for himself. And that's I don't have a problem with pay to win, and Upland mostly is pay to win. Happy days. But to me, this was built as a team event, but it's not really a team event. It's all for one. You just happen to be aligned with some people on the same team as you.
Well, I would imagine as the beta, they're looking to probably test and see where it lands and see how they can balance it out.
All right. So my question with this is, all right, so the more points you earn, the more Sparklet you're going to get. So if I ended up being number 1 point earner on my team, I get more Sparklet than anybody else. Makes sense. Okay. Now a cart diffuses, and carts and cannons, whatever they are, reduces or diffuses points from other players. But do I get so if I get my 2 NFTs from a pack, and let's say I get a cannon and a cart, which I guess most people are going to want the cart. But what do you get for having a cart? You don't get points, do you? You stop someone else from getting points, but you don't get any points. So you're not contributing to your own score. You're just stopping. Am I misunderstanding this?
Well, I haven't even thought about that exact scenario. Let's look and see what these leaderboards are. So players have access to 3 leaderboards.
Well, isn't it only the structures that add points, and then all of everything else just reduces points?
That's my point. But to me, okay, if you've got a car and you're blocking, say, Abdullah's one of his mega structures nearby, you shouldn't be blocking his points. You should be stealing his points.
And maybe they get to that. Maybe that becomes a thing.
Because at the moment,
I mean, either way,
yes.
I mean, what's the difference though? Whether you're blocking or stealing them, I mean, either way,
the difference is because there's a leaderboard. So let's assume you're on the winning team. All right. So there's 3 factions. You're on the winning team. Now that team is going to get a share of 200,000 UPX. All right. When I first read it or heard about it, I thought, okay, so each person in that team is going to get the share. So they're going to get 1,000 UPX each. Okay, not fantastic, but better than a poke and eye and the blunt stick. But then I reread it or saw something and started to understand it a bit more. And no, it doesn't work like that. The person who has the most points or contributes the most points to that team gets the most Sparklet, the biggest share of the Sparklet. And then it trickles down depending on how many points, and they work that out. Okay, understand. That makes sense. It's not bad. But my point here is there's no incentive for, say, an Abdullah to help a little guy out because he wants the points that he can get to get a bigger share of that Sparklet. Okay, granted, we'll all be in the same boat there if we all had his account. So I'm nothing against him or whatever, but there's no incentive. So if it is a team event, there's no incentive for him to help that little guy because that would harm his score. And then if you get like the cart or the cannon, you're stopping someone else from scoring points. So you're hampering their score. But how does that improve your score?
Well, because it's lowering the other team's score. The whole thing is just
it's helping your team win.
So I mean,
it's helping your team win. But this is all about. But this is all about trying to get the highest score in your team, so you get the biggest share of the Sparklet. So, in other words, if you gave me a choice and go, right, I get a pack, I'm going to get 2 NFTs. I want to get 2 structural ornaments because they both score points. I don't want to get a cannon or a cart.
That's assuming that whatever team Abdullah's on is the winning team. If he's not working with anybody else,
cards.
If Abdullah doesn't work with anybody else and he just wants to, fly solo and be a bad teammate, maybe people are not going to be.
No, but Abdullah's helping the team out by building.
But it doesn't matter.
A bunch of
that team still has to win, otherwise he gets nothing. His effort could be for nothing if that team doesn't win.
I understand that, but like Abdullah is going to help the team out by scoring a fuckload of points. Happy days, no dramas there. My point isn't so much, like I'm saying, there's no incentive, and it's not a huge deal, but there's no incentive for him to help someone else because he wants to get as many points as he can for his own score. within the team. Okay, yes, his team has to win and to make it even matter. So I'm assuming that we're taking the argument that he is playing and his team is going to win, and you're on his team. Abdullah's not going to help your score go higher because he wants his score to go as high as he can to get the biggest share of the sparklet as he can, and as any of us would do. So there's nothing against him for wanting to do that. I would want to do the same if I was in the same boat. We all would. So that's part of my problem with it, given that it's supposed to be a team event. To me, like if there's 200 players on the team, there's 200,000 sparklet. If the team wins, everyone gets 1,000 sparklet, regardless of how much you contributed or you didn't contribute or whatever. Maybe the badges go to the top 3 or something like that or whatever.
So your argument is that it should be split the same across the board, regardless of how many points you have.
If your football team goes
the
out,
leaderboard is where like the top players would get the badge or whatever extra benefit. But as far as the Sparklet's concerned, because it's a team effort, it incentivizes everybody to work together.
Exactly right. But anyway, that's only the minor argument I've got then in relation to this being billed as a team event. So, take it as you will. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying I hate it or anything like that. I'm just saying that's one way I've looked at it and going, it's not really designed for teammates to help each other out, because unless you can't, someone like you might not have enough spark to do a mega structure, so you might, or superstructure, whatever it's called, so you might help someone else like me to do one. So there's an incentive there for you to do it, and therefore you're still helping the team. But that's because you couldn't do it in the first place. But but in reverse, I'm probably not going to help you build a mega structure because I want to build one for myself and get the 270 points, whatever it is, for me.
Right.
So I'm just saying the incentive to help your teammate, especially for a bigger player to help a smaller player, it's just not there. But it is what it is. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But my other issue is, the biggest issue I've got with it, and maybe I'm not understanding this correctly, is like the blocking of other people's scoring. Yes, you can stop Abdullah. Maybe we can get 25 cards in the right place and stop every one of his superstructures, and therefore his team doesn't win. Happy days, and that's a great win for one of the other two teams. But the fact that you're effectively not scoring points just doesn't make sense to me. The whole thing's about scoring the most points. And with a card or a cannon,
you're not scoring points.
You are. You're stopping them from scoring points.
Just with the map assets, but with your structure,
all right.
You're scoring points.
I would rather win by scoring 10,000 points over 9,000 points than say win by scoring 100 points over 50 points. I don't know how I'm explaining this right. Like,
I mean, here's the thing. Like, basically, I agree, Swarley, because basically only the big players are going to benefit from this, no matter what, right? Because think about this. Typically, the larger players are going to have more you're going to have to do. The small players are going to have to give up those weapons, so they're placed strategically. And if you only have like 10 properties in Tokyo, I mean, how much are you going to really be able to help? Unless you just so happen to have a property that's like, or nobody else has it around the team, and then otherwise your weapons are going to be useless, and so and because you're on a team, you're not even going to make any money off.
But you're that little player,
and give them away.
But you're that little player, right? So you have your 10 properties, and let's say you get 2 packs from Upland, so you get 4 NFTs. Let's say you get 1 structural ornament, let's say a micro that gives you 30 points, and then you get 2 cannons or a cannon and a card or something like that. So you then to be a team player and go put your cannon and carts there to stop Abdullah from scoring points. Happy days. But how does that help you to then get your slice? You're helping the team overall, yes, and you're doing a little bit. It's not going to make a huge difference, but you're doing a little bit for the team. And best you can as a small account. But how does that help you get from being zipped right down the bottom of the list out of the 200 on that team, so therefore getting the smallest slice of the pie, as opposed to some other bloke who, let's say me, who does nothing other than build a mega structure or superstructure and have that done at the end of the day, and I end up with 270 points on the last day because it took me until the last day to build it and no one could stop it. And the old mate who with his 2 cannons has got 30 points from day one and accumulates whatever, so he's still not going to catch the 270 even if he had it on day one. Yet he's done a lot more to the cause than what I have was just building a mega structure and at the end of the day. Like, my point is, the defensive items, if I understand it correctly, don't offer any reward for being defensive. You're better off going and getting structural ornaments that earn you points. I'm probably not explaining this. In my head, it makes sense, but
I get it. I get what you're saying, and I agree. Like that was my only like really criticism of it is that
Yeah, so
it's only going to benefit the larger players. Period.
but
Like
that's
if you're
my
a
point. Is
smaller
instead
player,
of blocking the points, so level tech is, I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you get points by having the mega structure or the structural elements, and that's it. Everyone else just lowers other people's score. But I don't want to lower other people's score. I want to increase my score because by increasing my score, I get more sparklet and maybe
well
get to the
then
top
you just
three.
got to keep building, right?
Yes, but what?
or get structural ornaments.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. I'll be after structural ornaments, not buying cannons or carts because I don't
Well,
want
not
to stop
everything
other
can be
people.
offensive. You have to have offense and defense.
Yeah, but this should be stealing points. That's my point, I guess. In my head, it should be if you've got the cart, you should be able to steal those points. But then the cart should have a counter as well. The fact that the cart is all powerful, finger of God, uplands type fucking finger
Well,
of
again,
God.
and maybe they do go that route. I mean, this is a beta. They're testing it. They're seeing how it goes. Maybe they decide, yeah, maybe we do go to stealing points instead, and we can be on the ground floor helping shape that. For me, like, I'm not going to get too in the weeds about, and this is just me, about if we should be stealing or if we shouldn't be stealing or if there should get points for this or we shouldn't get points for that. For me, I'm looking less at the monetary gains from this and more of like, okay, this is going to boost the economy. This is going to be something fun that I can play with my friends. I can, do something that's really gamified in this metaverse that I haven't done since I've joined this game. That's what I care about. That's what I'm excited. I know there's a whole like nether swath of people that really care about like, oh, this doesn't monetarily benefit me in any way. In fact, it's probably a hindrance. I paid lots of money for lots of games I don't get anything back from, but this
exactly right
is fun, and I'm very excited to have some fun fucking with other people and hanging out with you guys and going to battle, so to speak, and working together and building connections and buying and selling property and buying and selling or trading map assets and structural ornaments and seeing where we can build shit and I just love all that stuff. I think that part's fun, and it's only going to boost. Well, it's going to boost Tokyo, but it's going to boost MetaVentures across the whole metaverse.
But yes and no. Look, I started out by saying I'm involved in this, and I am involved in it, and I am involved in it from the point of view of fun. The games, to me, and I said that at the start, games are either fun or there's a monetary value. Upland as a whole was a monetary value type hope for it, but I don't think there is any benefit to playing this game financially. I think it's more about fun, and that's why I'm getting involved. Would I be getting involved if it wasn't for you guys and trying to create an alliance? And there's no guarantee that you and I'll even end up in the same team. We can try.
That's true.
So there's no guarantee, and yet now we own a property right next door to each other, so we might end up going into battle against each other. That might be even more fun. Who knows?
You never know. I could be a double agent.
Because you know full well that from as soon as these things are sold, there'll be people watching the blockchain and watching the accounts to see who's got what passes or whatever it is that they call them, and then if they sell them or swap them or something like that, to find out who's on what team. Because I'm telling you, like, if Abdullah happens to buy one and is a certain what do you call it, faction, everybody else is going to want to jump on board. So
not me. I want to be on the opposite team of Abdullah because I want to be David. I want to slay Goliath. I want to show that motherfucker that you can have all the money in the world and little bitch ass Elsack going to come up there and fuck your shit up. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what I want to do. And if I don't win this one, I'm going to win the next one. And if I don't win that one, I'm going to keep fighting until I slay that Goliath. I swear I will win the war, and you can win all the little battles. But I'm going to win.
I wish that was possible, my friend. I wish that was possible.
Well, stop wishing and start believing. Okay.
So, I mean, I'll help you in that battle, but my little 250,000 sparklet against his 4 point whatever million ain't gonna do shit.
Well, we're just two players in a great big wide world of the metaverse.
That's what I was saying earlier, Jimmy, that both the other two teams will pretty much have to work together to take down, say, Abdullah, whichever team he's on. And even then, I don't think it's possible. But, that's
Of course
the game.
it's possible.
No.
Yeah.
If
the amount
if
of
you could
properties
nullify
that he owns is
with the
insane.
carts-
Like I already was looking around. He's got so many townhouses, already those Jap houses. He has hundreds of those built.
Yeah.
But there's a finite amount of structure ornaments that he can acquire. There's only going to be what? 100 and what is it? If there's 500,
Yeah,
and
but
it's
how
a
many
third of that?
how many properties does he own? How many properties can other players get nearby to nullify his points?
Well,
like,
he has more money than everybody too. So no matter what, he can buy all of those assets. If he
let's
wants to.
assume he can do all that. All right, so let's forget about all that for a second, and let's assume that my math is partly right, and then he could potentially build 16 mega structures. Okay, there's 25 for the other two teams, 25 cards each that could try and target his 16 mega structures. So that, in theory, you could nullify his points at 100%. If you can get those cards close enough to his properties. So that's the catch. Like, how many does he own enough properties that are remote enough that you can't get within 25, 30 meters, whatever it is? So that's, I guess,
I bet you could make a deal with a neighbor of wherever the hell one of his superstructure is, and get a cart on there.
And that's the disadvantage with the superstructures. It takes 3.5 days at best to build, and
So
he can't move.
You got 3 days to
exactly
figure
where
out
is
how to get it.
You know exactly where it's going to be and how to nullify it, where a cart can instantly move from one property to another, swap owners, all that sort of stuff. So that's the big advantage that a cart has. Carts are overly powerful. But again, that comes back to my initial problem. Like, carts are overly powerful and can help your team win, but it doesn't help your score, and that's the bit I've got the issue with. Even if it was like
But you still
10%
have to
of points that it
strategize,
blocks.
Period.
Yeah, but my point is, like, if a cart's, say, nullifying the 270 points from a mega structure, even a percentage of that should go to you for blocking those points in the first place and go to your team.
Sure, but it doesn't. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but unfortunately,
move on.
it's not the way it is. So, yeah, we're basically just going to be playing the game the way they're laying it out right here, and and that's like Elsac said, this is a beta. I mean, we could easily, the next round that they do, they're gonna listen to us, us, and they build on this, right?
Look, and I'm just one person having his opinion. Whether anyone else agrees or disagrees, that's entirely up to everybody else. If other people agree with me and then it gets some sort of momentum, happy days. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I agree with Jimmy. Like, Abdullah generally doesn't get involved in these sort of things. He has in the past, but generally he doesn't. However, if there's ever a competition that was up Abdullah's alley, it's this one. Now, is the prize there really worth 200,000 UpX for his 4 point whatever million he has? I mean, even if he was to get half the prize pool, what's 100,000 UpX? Like, it doesn't really make a big dent into what he already owns. So, but having said that, he could still build 16 mega structures, in 7 days. Like, and he's got the crap load of spark, and most of it sits idle most of the time. So if he's ever gonna get involved,
and maybe he doesn't even play, and he builds his mega structures anyway.
Well, anyone can do that, and that's the other thing too, is it? But you can click on it to see whether they're a function or not. Anyway,
yeah, because they'll have the thing on there
overlay on the block explorer. So it'd be interesting if they didn't, though. I wonder if there's a way you could not, because you can always go into an account and see what NFTs and stuff they hold. So I don't know. I am excited by this. I am keen to get involved and check it out and and play. Like I said, all I was doing is airing as a devil advocate, just the concerns that I had with it. Not so much concerns, but just the opinions that I had trying to understand this competition.
Yeah, I mean, these cards are super powerful. They look pretty cool too. Not to mention, they're functional and they look cool. Other than the cards, I think
the cards benefit the team 100%. They're absolutely super powerful, and the cannons too. They benefit the team. They're a team item that one player can utilize to help the whole team out. But what does that one player get in return for helping the whole team out? Nothing.
Well, potentially a win.
But they're going to get the smallest. But the player who builds the superstructures is going to and then scoring all those
They
points
can
from
build
it.
the superstructures. What if they
Sorry?
can't even
I
build
think
it?
too.
What if they don't have? What if they don't have the resources or the connections to get help
Oh,
to build that superstructure?
There's plenty of players that do.
Maybe, sure, but
Even someone
Well,
like
you guys
also
gotta
even someone
remember,
like
there's
TML.
only 600 passes, so it's not like every. And think about this: once those passes first get bought, how many people are not even going to play, and they're just going to jack up the prices on those passes?
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it could end up being fairly expensive to even participate if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how many
again,
people out there are hoping to get a pass just to sell it for you?
because everybody's going to want to be on one particular team or something like that. Yeah.
Well, and then there's that as well, right? Like, so
I mean,
there, I think that's what I think is going to be the big problem to even start up. If they're only going to give us a week to do all of this, like, there's a good chance that you don't even have teams set within the first 2 days to really start.
my understanding is most people got their teams going already.
yeah, but you're still gonna have to jockey for the right passes. If
Right.
you can't get it,
Yeah,
somebody
but
wants to hold out.
And not
And-
But let's
everybody
look
is
at
gonna get a
your
pass.
interview with TML the other day. Unless I misread his cues or whatever, he was pretty dead set on being a cyborg. Maybe I misunderstood, or maybe I didn't catch all the read
He
between the lines.
was
but
not saying what.
yeah, he
they
was
were going
basically
to
ruling
do.
out the Pirates and didn't
Yeah.
talk much about the Knights. And
But that
from
could
what
also be a
from
decoy.
what I read,
too.
in his body language and what he was saying, that he was, yeah, exactly right, could be decoy, but he was pretty hell bent on being a cyborg. Now, him and his group, no doubt, will have the connections to get the ones that they want to be in anyway, which we'll be able to tell before it all kicks off, because you can look at the blockchain,
Yeah.
you can look at people's accounts, so it's not like it's a big secret. So that, yeah, I mean, now I've lost my train of thought, but then okay, so even if you look at TML, he doesn't necessarily have the spark to build a mega structure, but he does have the UPX to build one.
Yes, and he could definitely. And he has a vested interest in getting the Spark
the
Exchange
badge.
back up, so that way he can lobby to get those buildings sparked up.
And you know full well that he's 100% after those badges, and there's only 3 of them. He wants one.
Yeah,
There's no, and fair enough. Like, I've got no problem with him wanting one. So he may even pay to have 2, 3, 4 built. Who knows?
maybe
know.
so. Yeah,
So we'll have to
but
wait and see how all
outside
that
of
works.
the superstructures built, outside of being able to build a superstructure in a place that nobody can negate, I don't think that any one person has a massive advantage over anybody else, because there is a limited stock of map
but he can still
assets.
acquire.
construct-
He can still acquire most of them. What
He
limited
could.
stock there is?
That's if people are willing to move them. If they're not willing to move them because they're engaged in the war, then there may not be much to acquire. Other
You know,
than
there may be a business opportunity for someone to get on the same team as him, and then try and get as many of those packages as they can, and then sell them to him for twice as much, or any other player that is getting involved. Like,
and I
and there
bet
could
he
be some-
pays it. I bet other players like him pay it.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
plenty
mean-
of people are going to be willing to spend that good money to participate. You know, I kind of like what Jimmy Jester just said. I don't like to be a guinea pig. I fell for that before with totems.
Well,
At least this is only $5, I think, right? Like the
it
pass
is.
is only
Oh,
$5.
depends.
So
pass was $5, but then you got to buy a package which is 13 each. I've kind of, for myself personally, I've kind of gone, you know what? And initially, when I thought, 200,000 Sparklet between 200 players is 1,000 each, that's worth about $30. I was like, okay, I'll spend $30. If I get 1,000 Sparklet, to me, I break even and I've had a bit of fun on the way. If we don't, it's been a bit of fun. So that was my mindset. So I thought maybe if I buy 2, if I can't even get it, I'm going to have to get up at 4 a.m. to do all this shit as per usual. Maybe if I can get a pass, get on the right team and buy 2 of those packages, that's what I'll probably do. Will that be enough to get the top 3? I very much doubt it. So I guess it's not being about trying to get the top 3.
as long as you're on the winning team, I mean, to me, that's all that matters. Like,
right.
for one, to even be able to participate, because only 600 players get to even participate. And then to be on the winning team on top of that, if you get to say that you participated in the first Upland Sparklet Wars and your team won, I mean, that's bragging rights, that's a big deal.
But
And like
again,
El
why
Sack
isn't
said, I
the
mean,
whole
this is a
team
lot
getting a
more-
badge?
Like for me,
But why isn't the whole team getting a badge? That's my point. Why only the top three?
Yeah, no, I think
I
they
mean-
probably should. But
you know, in a sense,
To me,
in a
if
sense,
it's a
I
team event,
understand
the whole
it.
team
It's
gets the
if
same
you're
prize.
using the most resources, but if you're putting out the most resources, doesn't that kind of make sense that you should get some bigger share? But you know what though? I mean, they should tier it in that instance then. You know, and it could be like, okay, for the chief executive, the executive, the pro, and the director, each one of those gets a badge, right? Like that would make more sense, and that would be more fair and equitable.
Okay.
Whoever has the most
Well,
fucking spark.
I think I heard someone say something similar, but why isn't there a leader badge for, say, the top 3 or 5 or whatever it is, and then everybody else gets a winner's badge? So maybe the captains or leaders or whatever badge for the top players.
Well,
and then
and again, you know,
and then
maybe they will do that in
195
the
badges
future.
for everybody else that's on the winning team. You know, and the other
maybe
400
they
players-
shadow drop that. Who knows? Maybe top 3 players get this one, and then there's like a different Sparklet Wars thing for. You never know. Maybe they're listening to like, we need to change this. Maybe we do need to give badges to everybody who wins.
Our plans, the issuing of badges
But
when they
then
do and
that
don't,
cheapens the badge.
just blows my mind. I'm just baffled. Sometimes they
Bless
seem to
you.
give them out like they're fucking candy, and other times people that really deserve them get fuck all. And it's just like, well, how would they figure this out? Like,
Since they launched or even talked about this collection leaderboard, I feel like they've gotten pretty stingy with the badges.
yeah. I mean, to think that people finish that race, it took 18, 19 hours to get across the country, you know, and people's, you know, it's up all times of the hours and days and stuff like that in cars that they knew they couldn't win, but just wanted to finish it just for that, to not even get a badge. Yet, like I keep saying, people went to Bermuda, got a badge for just rocking up at Bermuda. Like, it just.
Hey, but we didn't know anything was coming from Bermuda. That was.
Or you get a
rip.
badge for buying a fucking season pass. Like, how pathetic is that? Like,
Well, everybody has the same opportunity.
so I think anyone
Well,
that finished
each
that race
badge
within
has
24
its
hours should have got a
own
badge.
prestige to it. So I mean,
Yeah.
to me,
There could have
it
been a
makes
winner's
sense.
badge and then a
If each
participant
badge is going to be prestigious, you know, because that's the thing though. It's like, and then you almost cheapen badges if you're just going to give them to everybody.
All right.
Then it's
Okay,
like
so the people that got the
participation.
World Explorer badge,
Like-
so jumped on the planes and went around everywhere, is that worthless because that was available to anyone that completed that challenge within the time frame?
Well, how many people competed that challenge though?
I don't know, but that's my point. How many people completed that
right. And
race?
see, that's the thing. So, and in the end, at the end of the day, it's how many people completed the race badge, and that's what actually adds to the collector score more than anything, you know. And so, I mean, if you're going to give 200 badges out, then those are basically essentially worthless compared to somebody who wins the top badge, right? So it's
Yeah,
like,
but the
what's
people who win the
difference?
race get the winnings badge, don't they? Rather than a participant. You know, I mean, we all whinge about, you know, when we went to school, we used to get nothing for not winning. Now everyone gets a prize for not winning, gets an award, and this is the way the world's gone. So I guess it's kind of like that. Like,
I think
but
that's
again,
bullshit too.
I think if you spent 19 hours driving your car, and let's face it, that wasn't an easy effort. Driving your car across the country to participate, it deserved. I mean, that was more effort than buying a season pass or going to Bermuda or some of the other badges that are given out. But I don't know.
Are
I think
you
up
telling me 19 hours
starts-
is a more tedious process than spending my cold, hard-earned USD and prying that from my hands? You're saying that just racing in the metaverse for 19 hours?
FYI, the last few passes that I bought have not been in USD. So for me,
I'm
at
talking
least,
about
so
me.
you don't have to
I
buy
don't-
them in USD. You can buy them in UPX.
Farley, you know nobody cares about whatever's going on in Australia. Okay?
I have a very
it
hard
doesn't
time
change here
buying
either.
anything in UPX anymore, to be honest with you, man. I just spend the fucking USD. Like, I'm probably opposite of like 95% of the people out there. I know everybody just wants to buy shit in UPX because, I don't know, you just don't want to put money in, which I can't know. But to me, to see a pass for 25,000 UPX and I can just spend $5 to buy it, I'm gonna spend the $5 You know,
Yep.
like, I don't know. That's just me. And I'm going to happily spend USD on all kinds of dumb crap for participating in the, and it's like, to me, it's just playing the game. Like it, and if I get some money back way down the road, great. If I don't, I mean, that kind of sucks, but whatever. Like I at this point, I have definitely come to the conclusion that if I can at least just get % of whatever I put in for moving forward, then I'll be fairly happy because like I've basically gotten my money back at this point.
I'm sorry, the pirate cannon
a
is
lot
the
more
best.
in, but
Sorry to interrupt. You're zooming on the
No,
pirate
no
the
worries.
cannon. I think the pirate cannon is the best out of the three.
No, not even
yeah,
close.
I agree. It's
No.
What? Are you guys
that
on
one's
drugs?
way
Are
cooler,
we looking at the
man.
same picture?
Yeah,
Yep.
no. I the yellow and the black looks good. I mean, I hate to say it, the cyborg looks like a Star Wars ripoff of some sort. And then, I mean, this is the piddliest fucking cannon I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
the
I look at
the
that,
nice
that
one
thing's
looks like
gonna
it
fall
couldn't hurt a
apart
fly.
as soon as you fire it.
The trebuchet. Look, the black is all washed out on this thing. I think they did a piss poor job of designing this. There's not enough, contrast or definition. But when it's not zoomed in, it just looks washed out, especially on the chest here.
Yeah, the
It's
chest
not-
is a bit.
It's not good. You can't tell any of the details.
Yeah,
It's
the
so
chest-
washed out.
The chest isn't that great.
And it should
I
be.
wasn't
I don't
saying the
know,
whole
though.
package,
I
I'm just
still
saying-
like the chest.
I don't really like
I
any
know
of them.
what that.
Yeah.
You're almost like, what the fuck are those boxes like?
But you
pirate chest,
watch
you
my
know,
word.
is
Okay,
because of
the
that.
carts will go for a crap load of money in the secondary market, but you watch my word. The cannons and the chest won't.
Well, no, because what the fuck you
Yeah,
gonna do with
those-
those things? These ones you can actually
They'll be
race
able to
with.
use them. I mean, man, they take down
These
25
because they got the power to block 270 points. These will go, and because there's so few of them, these will go for a lot on the secondary market.
You go
Yeah,
for a lot.
You
And
think they'll
again,
go for
that-
over $100?
No, not $100, but they'll be
Yeah,
Up there-
that's probably
up
a little
there's
crazy.
up there as some of the most expensive carts on the market,
Oh, for sure.
at least
I
for the
bet
next
they-
week.
Utility.
And remember, they're going to have use going forward too. So that
Yeah.
whilst the structural ornaments, and go to that now, the structural ornaments.
Oh, it's up here.
So all of that stuff we've already looked at can be used in future battles and future wars, which they said they're going to do between each season going forward. And the same for these structural ornaments. So your apartment and your micro house, happy days. You'll be able to use that next season. But unique structure, well, if it ever
Yeah,
comes
you're
back
fucked
to
on that one.
Tokyo, happy days. But there's how many cities in Upland now? They're going to have 6 of these a year, 6 of these wars a year. There's only 6 seasons. I can't see it coming back to Tokyo in a hurry, and then if it does, well, that's a bit unfair on the other cities that haven't had it. So,
Well,
I mean-
can you use these
You can spend
structural
a whole
ornaments in
you
other
can use the other,
cities?
you can use the apartment and the micro. That's what I'm saying. But the
Yeah.
secondary market for the unique one, it's just not going to be there because you're probably not going to ever be able to use it.
Oh, that is a unique structure for Tokyo, isn't it?
So to me,
Yeah,
like
so you
if I
can't
open
put
up
that
the
on
pack
any
and got
other
the unique,
structure.
I'd probably
I
cry
think
and
you
go, well, I'm not, and I knocked down all my unique structures because I went to this pointless owning it and put up micro houses. So I mean, I don't know. There's enough people watching the show to realize and go. But if I got a unique structure, I'd be swapping it for a micro and a heartbeat. If I can find
Yeah.
someone to swap it with.
Well, that's good to
Um,
know.
So
I mean,
I know-
that's
I know they're
good to
worth more
though,
points.
because-
they're worth more points this season, but you got to look at the bigger picture. There's 5 more seasons this year, and only one of those can't be used in those other 5 seasons.
But if they do that with every single city moving forward, structure from that city,
Yeah.
I mean, then that would make sense, right?
Yeah,
And
but
then
You want to build up.
and it would just every single.
If this is
one.
something, but my point is, if this is something you want to do each time there's a war, so in between each season, you want to build up these structural ornaments, so you've got a whole heap of them going forward in the future. You need to avoid the unique ones and just get a heap of apartments. Now, there's no guarantee
Yeah.
that apartments. Well, maybe the next war is 3 different structures altogether, but the apartments and the micros still can be used. where
Right,
because
they won't be as effective. But
unless
they
they do it in, say, somewhere like Bermuda, where they're all unique structures.
That's true.
And knowing Upland, they probably will at some point. But there's only going to be one more. But then the next one might be Miami. So then obviously that's got a crap load of unique structures too. So they'll probably do the same with the Miami, and then they might have like a normal townhouse and a ranch house as the other two. But the apartment building and the micro will still be able to be used in Miami. So you can still build up an arsenal for the future battles. So that's my issue with these. So
you think that's an issue?
I think not so much an issue. For me, by opening up and got the unique structure, which I own none of now because I knocked them all down for this season. But to me, they're worthless compared to the other two. The other two have ongoing value season after season, where to me, I won't be able to flip my unique structure one fast enough. And I'll take the hit for the less points on the micros. If somebody else has got the micro, I want to upgrade because I think that's worth 50 points, right? Where the micro is only worth 30 points from memory.
Well, if you think about Tokyo too, like there's a bunch of small properties in Tokyo that couldn't necessarily fit an apartment, or even maybe one of these other, what is it?
The townhouses.
The townhouses. The micro house might be the ticket. I'm not 100% sure, but I would say the vast majority of properties. A lot of them are super small.
There's a crap load of the unique structures.
Yeah.
Is it 30 points? Is that what it is?
For the micro, 30 for the micro, and I think it's 50 and then 70 for the apartment.
And you can build one of those in a day.
Oh, that's right there. And the micros you can do in a day, yeah.
You could pump those fuckers out.
I've got one building at the moment as a plan B for the wall because I don't think I'm going to be able to fit the mega structure on it. But I just, for me personally, I'd be getting out of the unique structure as fast as I can because I can't use that in future battles. I'll take the hit of 20 points now to have an ongoing structural element for future battles any day of the week.
I don't want to share what I'm doing in fear of
what do you do?
The fuckeries. Well, I'm just gonna go. I gotta go tear down a building real quick.
Oh, the one I mentioned, yeah, because you got the wrong structure on it.
Oh wait.
Again, I didn't realize that until pretty much pointed it out to you either, because I hadn't really looked into it that much. But yeah, if it had the unique structure on it, would have been all right.
I think period though, them doing anything in layer.
Oh wait, never mind.
It's gamified. Is a big.
This whole concept is pretty cool. The whole concept is pretty cool. Like I said, all I'm doing is playing devil's advocate. I'm not at the point where I'm not playing it stupid. It's anything like that. It's like I'm going to get involved, see what it's like, see how it unfolds. You probably learn a few lessons from it. A lot of the stuff you can, if you really want to do the research, you can probably figure out a lot of things before it even starts on the blockchain. Like I said, my biggest concern with it is the fact that the point blocking stuff doesn't give you points. I think it should. Well, it's either steals points or gives you a percentage or something like that. That's my biggest argument with the point blocking ones, because yes, it advantages your team, but it doesn't advantage you. And this is as much an individual battle as it is a team battle. And I'd almost argue more. I mean, Sparklet is what people are after. I'd almost argue that it's probably more of an individual battle that sort of links up together as a team event rather than a team event first.
What is your guys' thoughts on the people that are complaining about it just being a cash grab, and they're not a fan of the gamification of it, and they want us to stick to just doing, or not us, but have Upland just stick to building and trading.
Look, I personally, I'm just like every other Uplander. I'm personally, over all these cash grabs. I do remember vaguely in the days when I first joined that a lot of stuff was in UpX, and in those days I didn't have UpX. The only way I could get involved was in USD, ironically. And it's done a full 360 or 180 nets from those days. But at the end of the day, if Upland don't make money and don't keep the doors open and the lights on, there is no game. So you don't have to like it, fine. Don't fucking play. It's simple as that. You don't have to buy anything that Upland's trying to sell. You don't have to donate $15 to the LA cause. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. No one's holding you down and going, you have to buy this, otherwise you can't play the game. I'm personally, I hate most of the stuff that they try to sell, and I don't get involved in it. This, to me, if you want to get involved in this for the financial reward, wrong game. This wars thingy I'm talking about, wrong game. This is not about the financial reward. You're better off going and buy $30 worth of Sparklet if that's the case, and you'll probably end up better off in the long run. I'll tell you that now. However, if you want to hang out with your mates and
this is not financial advice,
build some sort of strategy. Well, everyone knows what I think about Sparklet. If you want to, try and collude with your mates and build some sort of strategy, and study the blockchain and other players and what they're up to, and and just have a bit of fun. If that's what you call fun, I do. I'm sure other players will think the same. Then waste $30, $50, whatever, because that's what you're doing. But you're playing a game to have fun. It's like going to the movies. It costs you $20, whatever it is, to go to a movie. You don't get that $20 back at the end of the movie, and sometimes the movie's shit. It's just
sometimes the best movie you've ever seen in your life, and it changes everything.
So it's the same deal. So I mean, you don't have to like it if it's a cash grab. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand that Upland, we're in a bear market. We're going to be still going to be in Upland's terms, at least, in a bear market for another 6 to 9 months. So they need to keep the doors open. If they don't, well, guess what? The whole thing dies. We get nothing, and we go find a new hobby. So don't like it.
I think
get
people
involved.
are missing. I think people are missing because if people are saying, well, it needs to get back to being a property trading game, well, this actually gives more people a reason to buy properties.
Right.
I bought a property yesterday that
properties.
I bought a property yesterday that I would never have bought in a million years, purely for this thing.
Yeah,
And then
same here.
instant I bought it, I went, actually, I didn't think about the size of this property. Damn it, I don't think I can build a superstructure. And this is after I, had a back and forth with this particular player. I won't name the player, who was try to gouge me for a ridiculous amount of money in the beginning when I first showed interest in buying the property, and then he finally came down to a price after 2 days of back and forth of offering me something reasonable. It's more than double the mint price, which is high for in UpX, but it was at least a reasonable price. And then I bought it, and then instantly I had that instant buyer's regret when I went, oh fuck, I probably should have checked the size. But there's no way to check the size of the megastructure, despite X1 being asked the question by TML last week. It's still not in Playground, so we can't even test to make sure that would have fit anyway. So all we can go with is X1 saying it's slightly bigger than an apartment building. What is slightly bigger? How long is a piece of string, I guess?
Do you need minimum 120 UP2, 200 UP2?
Well, even that doesn't matter because it's
so
the shape and the footprint they put on it. So it needs to be in Playground so we can test to see if it fits before we buy the property. But
Happy,
I bought the property.
Your audio is super fucked at the moment. It sounds terrible. Yeah, it's hard to hear you, and it's pretty shot.
Hold on.
So no, it was good then.
But I think what Happy was referencing was something that I kind of referenced. I don't remember what chat I was talking into, but I think some people are missing the point about this being them wanting just to have Upland focus on it being just a property trading game. I think this promotes every aspect of that, getting people to buy, sell, and trade properties, getting people to buy, sell, and trade map assets and structural ornaments, and
even if only for a short period of time, it also creates utility for Spark. Here I am.
Absolutely.
I've got 300,000 Sparklet all out in the universe at the moment building stuff. So I'm considering trying to pull 250,000 of that back just to build a structural one of these mega structures,
superstructures.
So that's creating more utility for Sparklet too. So if only for 7 days, because obviously things will go straight back to normal as soon as that's over. But
sure,
every little bit helps. Not to mention
Happy. What were you trying to say?
Well, just more or less like I mean, with them actually coming through and creating something on layer one that's going to build, like demand for people to buy properties, just like Swarley was saying. He went and he bought a property that he would have never bought. I bought properties in Tokyo. I had no interest in Tokyo. I have properties there
for over 200% markup.
Yeah, well, I bought mine for USD, so there was no markup on mine. Mine were marked down.
He tried to charge me. Initially, he tried to charge me 500% markup in USD.
Yeah, that was
I laughed at him and went, get a grip on reality.
I went and bought.
Finally came down to 133% markup. It finally came down to 133% markup in USD. And I'm like, dude, get a grip on reality. The current floor is around 20%. I don't expect you to sell it to me for that, but you've got to at least be reasonable with it. So in the end, he sold it to me for a bit over 200% markup in UpX. I mean, you know what? That's probably middle ground. It's more than I would have liked to have paid for it. Probably less than what he wanted to sell it.
But we get to be neighbors now.
But yeah, we can hold hands in the battle.
That's right. But yeah,
it also just
go ahead, Happy.
But like, if people want to think this is a cash grab, it's like Upland's not making a whole lot of money off of this when you really think about it. What they're going to sell $5 passes and 600 of them, there's $3,500. Like, that's nothing. And then what, $13 a bundle for 500 bundles? So I mean, what, a whopping like maybe $15,000 off of
keep the lights on for another week.
That's not a fucking cash grab.
No, they could have
kept the lights on for another week.
If they were really dying, they were hurting.
Right.
They could bump that up, and they're gonna benefit from the secondary market too. Like, they're gonna get their taxes on people buying and selling and trading. Not so much trading, but buying and selling properties and map assets and all the other bullshit.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of transition. It's going to be hot.
Yeah,
in what's normally a down period between seasons, it's going to be, I think, a lot of trading of these assets because people are going to buy them purely just to sell them. There's going to be an opportunity there, especially if you get a cut. So
you get 5% of that every time it moves.
Yeah,
I mean,
so Upland's going to be making their money.
10%. They get 5% each side.
Yeah.
And here's something else. I think when Upland sells stuff for US dollars, do people go and immediately sell that for fucking 75% less than it's worth? Fuck no, they don't. So Upland selling stuff for US dollars actually helps it maintain its value, right? Because when you sell a bunch of stuff for UpX, like the worst thing they ever was selling stuff for UpX and then having the USD stuff. Because anybody who got it for UpX was able to sell it for less than Upland was selling it for US dollars, right? So it was not beneficial to Upland.
So you're talking about totems. The totems were half and half.
Yeah, the totems. And they were dumb. That's just dumb. Because then if somebody's spending 55,000 UpX and your markup on average is 30%, I mean, that's meaning somebody can sell a totem for under $30, under $25, and they're going to make more money. And Upland's going to lose out, and that's another reason that the whole market of totems is down in the fucking dumps, because people were able to buy them for 50,000 UpX and then sell them for $20 because they don't care. But
I think the lack of communication.
$55. I mean, their Upland could do a lot better on that too, but I just feel like this, man. Like, if you're buying stuff for US dollars, you're gonna be a lot less apt to just dump that shit. Like, you're gonna try to hold it to make a profit.
You're gonna flip it for maybe UpX, but you're gonna want 2 or 3 times what you paid for it. So, so in other words, you're only driving the price up. So, but anyway, it is what it is. I don't think it's going to change. We can comment as much as we want. The way I think of it, like I said, if Upland don't make money, there is no Upland. If there's no Upland, there's no game. We lose everything anyway. So,
that's all right. Complain about the $99 pack in Clash of Clans. Like, no. They fucking buy them.
Yeah, I think overall, I think it's a good move. I think it's good for the game. It's good for the players. The prices aren't outrageous. Like, if you want to get involved, I mean, what you're looking at 20, not $18, really. You know, and then
at a minimum.
Yeah, and you're playing, right? You're doing your thing. Maybe you get lucky and you get a 30%, 33%.
Well, you don't even need to do that. It's $5, and then you can go to the secondary market to buy stuff, and probably in Upix.
Sure. But you're going to get gouged.
$5 you are. I'd argue you should buy at least one pack and hope that you get something good. But who knows?
You get that cart, man. You're just making money.
Well, the cart, I think the cart will be super valuable. I personally would probably be looking at swapping it or selling it.
For like 5 assets.
Yeah, exactly right. I'd rather have 5 structural ornaments in one cart, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If that's possible.
Because you want to play the offensive game.
I want to be off. Yeah, I want to score as many points as I can. I want to be as high on my team's leaderboard as possible. Now, do I think I can get the top 3? No, I don't think I can. But the higher I do get, the more Upix I get. Sorry, more Sparklet I get. So, yeah.
Right.
And I'm all about Sparklet.
You gotta be up on something.
Let's move on. So, what else? Is there anything else we're missing?
We could tell me about. I haven't looked in at all. Actually, let me just go to it. We can touch on this real quick. Let me go back to sharing.
And while you're doing that, I was going to give away one of my new structural ornaments this week, but it feels somewhat insignificant against 100 grand. I feel like whoever gets my structural ornament, which I was semi-excited about, now seems like a real booby prize.
No, that's still a pretty sweet prize, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, top 25 get a block of score too.
So the building that they're showing, that's prize. So obviously they're trying to raise money to help out in your fires. Yeah, cool. I don't know a lot about it, obviously being the other side of the world. You hear a little bit about it. Apparently there was an Australian that died in the fires as well, so we've heard about that. So,
Los Angeles,
the same as they did
in Hollywood, is burning to death.
So, I mean, Australia have this every year. Maybe not as huge as what's going on at the minute, and this is but Australia have bushfires, or what we call bushfires, wildfires, every year. Yeah. It's not unusual. Like, this is almost normal for us. This is probably the extreme version of it.
Well, the difference is that there's hundreds displaced. It's like I live in Northern California, and we have brush fires. We have forest fires up here that'll burn millions of acres. That'll burn 500,000 acres, 1 million acres,
and that's generally what happens in Australia, is that because we're such a big but sparse country, that when they have the bushfires, yes, there's thousands, if not tens of thousands of people affected, but not millions. But we have, I think, just in the last couple of weeks, we've had Victorian fires that have burned out hundreds of thousands of hectares or acres, or whatever you want to call it. But that's outside the city. It's not. It's sort of on the edge of the major city like LA. So yeah, it's horrible. It's devastating. So I'm all for Upland for trying to help out and donate all this sort of stuff.
Right.
So you can, by buying the Block Explorer, you get 15 entries into a draw to win that property, that landmark. Okay. Otherwise,
that's a badass landmark too.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, especially if they build it for you.
Yeah,
I'd love to build that in Blender myself.
100% goes to directly to the LA wildfire and aid initiatives. I don't want to get into the political stuff of this. I know that we can. I don't know how people feel about it, but I mean, it hasn't come up. I just want to preface that. Like, there's whatever, however you feel about it.
So buy the Block Explorer, which is basically a donation. You get a Block Explorer for it, which will help to your season scoring. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And additionally, does that go towards the season?
Yes. Anything that came out this season goes towards this season's score.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool.
So 100% it does.
Yeah.
But having said that, there's 1,000 of each, so I would assume that means the score that you get for it isn't huge, compared to something that had only a 25.
Right. Yeah, there's 1,000.
But I mean, this is
they're
ultimately bigger than that.
The direct.
So, and the other thing that's with this, which we haven't touched on at the moment, is for each send that you make in LA at the minute, so paid send to a unique property, gives you 1 entry into the draw. There is a leaderboard at the moment. There's some bloke that's got 400 entries already somehow. Shaq, I think, is number 2 at about 180, 200 entries. So basically, do some treasure hunting in LA. Who cares if you take 10 cents to find a treasure? You're getting an
Right.
entry each time you do. And who knows, that 1 cent just might get you that unique structure, your landmark, which I'm still yet to own one in Upland. I have two things that I've never achieved and probably never will achieve. One is to mint an ultra rare, and two is to own a landmark. And I'm not going to pay stupid amounts to buy a landmark on the secondary like you have to. So it's, and I'm not very good at winning stuff, which we established earlier in the show. So I probably never will get one, but you got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, I'll probably buy one of
Fred,
these.
you might.
Go ahead, Happy.
I was just saying, and you might win. You never know. Like
Yeah.
I said, you got to play.
Got to be in it to
You
win
got to
it.
pay
Exactly
to
right.
play.
So, and I just happened to have my Block Explorer in LA at the minute because I was applying for a factory, for a showroom. So I was like, oh, fuck it. Well, I'm here. May as well. I hate doing treasure hunts in LA because it's so bloody hard. And it's mostly because it's so hard to get cents.
Well, and it's
rather
just so
than actually
far.
find treasure, which in
Everything's
itself
so
is bloody
spread
hard.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the new arrows when they changed that last year, they made LA almost impossible to treasure hunt. You'd have to have a massively good web to be efficient at it in LA. And yeah, I do not have a web in LA. I've got some properties in LA. I've got about 50 properties, but it's not a web, and it does not help me treasure hunt.
I got a nice little web in Granada Hills. Does that count?
If the treasure's in Granada Hills, you'll be set.
Yeah, if it's in there.
So
yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna buy one of these. I'm gonna do some sense. I gotta do some treasure hunting. I'm gonna treasure hunt in LA just for why the fuck not. But also I know that at least Swarley, I don't know where you're at with this, Happy. Have you done your burning of your race assets yet?
No, you could burn the race assets?
Yeah, like the racing power-ups.
it's this week's challenge.
Oh, shit, I got a bunch of those. I need to do that.
I'm in the same boat. I know Swirly is too. What do you say before we give away your 100,000 epics? Let's do a race. Let's crash this fucking stream. And are you able to do a race on your phone?
I should be able to do a race.
All right. Let's do it.
Just turn your screen off and that's good. All right. So anyone else in chat that hasn't yet done their burning of racing legits, hurry up. If you've got some, jump in. If not, hurry up and buy some and jump in. So
let's go to
there's no prize.
Today.
Actually, how about instead of me giving away a prize to because Happy's doing the 100,000 for the hashtag, yeah.
Okay.
Let's pick a random number. Hang on. No, because you and Happy can win this too, I guess. It's only me that doesn't count. Let's pick a random number. Let's do like a cheese race where we pick a random number and that position gets my new release structural ornament.
Okay. I'm gonna take off everything on here.
Let's do. I was gonna say let's do a different track, but that's all right.
We can do a different track.
No, do that one because we haven't talked about it at all, and we need to start getting that under control because we need to start giving away prizes for this track.
We do. Yeah. No qualifying lap, no MPS, just whatever car you want to pick. And I'm gonna set the race up right now. Are you guys ready to jump in?
Yep.
Give me 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
All right. I'm gonna hit the button.
I'm ready.
Race entry fee. I'm just gonna make it 500. Hope you can afford it.
I can't.
Too bad. I only got 2 cards.
I care about winning. But anyway, it's not about winning. We're going to pick a position. If we get 6 people in the race, we'll give away a structural ornament, and it won't necessarily be the first. We should have a random number picker or something.
Yeah. Who do we got in here? Maui. Is Maui still watching? Have Maui pick a number.
Yeah, but not yet. Not yet. Wait till we need 6 people first.
Okay, so I got to burn these things.
Can I join you yet, or do I have to wait still?
I don't know.
We're still waiting. I'm on the live screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm just gonna pick 3 random ones. Start with power-ups.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck I don't even know what they do. Just going to
I don't
burn 3,
know.
or hopefully burn 3, and then get the challenge done. And
Okay, it should be coming up. Come on. I can take your sweet little time.
all right, so the advantage of having a particular position win rather than first is meaning it doesn't matter what car you have.
Nope.
So,
All right, you guys should be able to join. There's Laban.
no, mine. I'll go back out and come back in. Mine's not showing.
Yeah, I had to refresh.
All right, if you onto a race, I'm in. What car do you? Oh, you went trainer series as well. All right.
Yeah, my trainer.
I got a V1. What's that mean compared to your V2? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I think it's one of them is slightly better than the other, but like maybe it's like 1 MPS.
I'm off the
I'm
screen
not-
now, so I don't.
better hurry up.
Basic energy. I don't know what these things do. I've got 2 of those, so burn one of them.
We got 5. You're
And,
gonna be the last one, Swirly, unless you get jumped by somebody else. We got Jimmy
I'm already
Jester,
in.
Happy, Vape High Guys in here, Laban, me. You could be the 6th one, but you're gonna have to hurry the fuck up. And there's
Pretty sure
Swirly.
I'm already
Okay.
My screen
right.
was showing I was already in. So,
Oh, I didn't see
so
it.
we have got 6. So Maui, is Maui in the race?
No, Maui's not in the race.
All right, so this is open to you, just not obviously not to me. Whatever I finish, that position doesn't count. So if I finish second, whoever's third is second. Does that make sense? There's only really 5 positions,
Yeah.
so I'm irrelevant. So Maui, just come up with a number between 1 and 4. Or let's say not 1, between 2 and 5. If she is still watching.
Poor connection.
What'd you say?
So
I
AI might get you
keep saying
over the
poor
line anyway.
connection on mine.
Well, no, Jimmy, because we might have 5th place as the winner, so you might not lose. I don't know.
Let me do a random number. I'll do a random number generator on my phone here.
Getting ready to go to work. Fair
I'm-
enough.
Hey Alexa, pick a number between
Well, I can just come up.
1 and 5.
Here's a number between 1 and 5. It's 2.
2.
I was going to say 4, but all right, 2 it is. Everyone, so we know it's random.
Okay. So 2nd place is going to be the winner.
Yep.
So everybody's fighting for 2nd.
So if I happen to win the race, it means whoever comes 3rd is the winner. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
But I'll probably come last and probably do that on purpose.
You can always just
So
hit
if
the
I've
brake.
already selected those things, does that mean they're already burnt, or do I have to still burn them?
No, I think
don't know
once
how
the
any of
race
this
starts, it
works.
burns.
Oh no, error connection. Fuck it.
Well, hopefully it still burns it. Waiting for players. I've never used power-ups either. You should get like a
Yeah,
burn
First
email.
time I've
that says-
ever bought any. I got Picasso. How do I do this? I don't know what I'm doing.
Come
Hey, I
on.
saw some other people were sponsoring Picasso too. I thought it was just us.
No,
They
it's
must have a whole
us,
posse.
and then Koshak.
Yeah, that's. I think I saw Shaq say it.
Oh, and I think Hyde Park. I think. I think Hyde Park maybe gave him the cars. I don't know how. I don't know exactly.
Well,
they
from what I
burned
hear,
during
he
the
keeps
race?
killing it. So
Yeah, no, I watched the last one or the first one he did. Fucking smoked everybody bad. And I will have him on this Friday. We will be chatting it up. Yep, on Friday.
Doing some tips. I'll watch. I'm all excited for about 10 minutes and then I'll be over it. I'll probably forget in the next 6 months when I do another race. No, I still got the brought out those challenge, not the challenge. It's the tasks.
The what?
Don't know what it's called. You know how you had to complete, like, buy a property, you got UpX for it, like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Task. Yeah. So I've still got a couple of one of them to. So why isn't this one ticked off?
Come on, you
But I just-
this thing is taking forever.
Yeah, waiting for other players.
Well, I'm still not in, so I don't know what's going on here. But as you can hear, I think my connection's fine for the actual race.
Oh,
Here we
doing
go.
it now.
So bad.
Okay, Swarley, you dirtbag. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like going extremely slow for no good reason. There we go. Uh-oh. I think the computer's having a hard time. It says, fuck you, dude. Come on, baby. Get on over to the right-hand side. I'm going to catch these sons of bitches. So far, Laban is in second place, leading the way. Oh, Swarley just passed me. That little bodaggett. I'm going to catch him on one of these straightaways here. Come on, baby. Let's go.
The brakes are worthless.
Yeah, they are kind of worthless. Freaking happy you fucking brake checked me, piece of shit.
I just lost the whole thing. I can't even get joined the race.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like the app just completely crashed on me, and that's why I don't race.
That's what makes it fun. You got to get off Wi-Fi though.
Yeah, maybe if I was to switch it up. Where'd Swarley go? Did he must have had to dip out to participate.
I don't know what happened.
Well, I think I'll come in dead last now because I'm not even playing.
Oh no, you'll probably do just fine. You're in third place currently.
Oh, right on. I'm doing better than when I was playing.
That's true. Yeah. Me and Jimmy Jester are fighting for last place.
Two of those fucking. How many things are you supposed to burn?
3, I guess. But I added 3 of them, so it should just do it automatically.
Okay. I only burned 2, but hopefully both of those fucking things. Nobody wants to buy them either.
All right, got around that corner. Oh, I'm just fucking slaying it over here. Happy, would you believe it if I told you got first place?
No way.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that? By
Um,
not playing, I fucking get first place.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Hi guy is our winner.
Nice.
Wow. Well, look at that. Vape High Guy, second place, is the winner. Gets a structural ornament. Oh, there's Scarly.
So most of you already know that
Hey,
I've done
welcome back.
some fire station type ones before. Yeah, welcome back. So we've got the micro fire station. Now this one's got a little bit more into it than I've done on the others. So it's still
Were you
got the
were
same
you talking
goal and
before
sort of
this?
shit. A little bit. Yeah.
We
You
love
were-
I've been
you-
having connection. I've been having connection issues for that whole entire race. My computer or my internet connection did not like that whatsoever.
No,
So,
yeah. it did
Anyway,
not.
so I was saying to
kick
Babe,
me off too.
just let me know where you want to pick this up from. So this is for the upcoming season. So so unlike the other fire stations I've done, so this is the micro version. I haven't done all of them yet, but you know, we've got a little fire bell out the front. This is going to be my new logo for my identity, I guess, for my structural ornament designs and stuff like that. So I'm going to start putting that on more stuff. So the strawberry for the Swallies, I think what do I call it? Swallies designs or something like that. I don't know. So, but that's just going to be my logo. So that's my Apple logo. Yeah. So this is what you won. So just
That's
let me know where you want to pick
I
this
like
up
the
from.
clock.
And anyone else that wants for next season, these are going to be about 5k upix in shops all across Lapland.
Love to hear it.
All right,
Love
so,
to hear it.
So, and
if
hopefully
you
I'll
haven't
sell
put
more
in
than I
hash-
did this season.
If you haven't put in hashtag baller yet, do so, and Happy's going to give away some of his upix.
Yeah, just some. I have more than 100K, but not much.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to get your last hashtag baller in, and then we're gonna give this away and I don't know, probably get the fuck out of here. 11:10. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 9 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yeah, it
All
always
right.
blows me away how fast the time flies.
I know, and I feel like we could talk for even longer, but I won't. Swarley, you're starting to look like Obi-Wan Kenobi or something, like, you know, like in Star Wars when they pass away and they come back as like a
Because I'm
You
fading.
got like a green
Yeah.
tint.
Yeah, I think my
That's
camera
awesome.
it's not well, it's much brighter than what I'm used to. So with all these big windows and the on this apartment, so mustn't like the fact that I've got glass behind me as well.
can be my Jedi Master.
So
All right, last call for hashtag baller.
there's too much
You
glass
guys
around
ready?
me.
You guys ready for this? I like it. I think it's a good look. All right, let's do this. Ready?
All right. Who's it going
Two.
to be?
1. Who's gonna get not Swarley? Happy's money.
I'm not even in the draw, so it won't be Swally.
It won't be Elslack.
Scory wants 2 in a row, doesn't he?
Oh my
Oh, he's
fucking
done it.
God.
I'm telling you, this
Oh,
StreamYard is biased. Well done, Scory. Congratulations.
Well done. Yeah,
But-
fucking A.
But StreamYard just it's like it's got a memory of who's won before and goes, right, only these people can win.
Yeah.
Did Scory win?
Unbelievable.
Did Scory win on Friday with TML?
Yes. Yes.
So he
won
just won
111,000.
200K.
Yeah.
Nice.
God dang.
I mean, as much as
Good
I'm
for
happy
him.
for Scory and good bloke or blah 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 blah, sometimes it's nice to share the love around as well. But anyway, it is what
Yeah.
it is. Well done, Scory. So,
Do the best out of 5.
all right. So, just very
His
quickly, I am
in-game
back on
name is
board
the
now.
same, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it scored 23.
So I am back on board. We
Okay.
need to start getting fences sorted out. I haven't caught up with Cape Madman and his latest post where we're up with that, but we need to start getting the. Okay, so it's like Elslack's gone. We need to start getting that winners list going because probably 2 weeks from today we'll be doing the first draw for the track, and we also need to start working at the tier 2 prizes and getting that draw happening, which I hope to be a weekly draw. The tier 2. Give away at least a structural ornament, maybe a trackside property. We've got 4 of them to give away. I've given up trying to get some more, but we've got 4 to give away. Hopefully they don't go away too fast, but at the same time they'll be up for grabs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to start getting on that. So if you don't have your trackside property fences for your property yet, please hit up Elslack or myself. I should be able to get on top of that over the next week or two. The first draw, like I said, in 2 weeks. So if you haven't got them, you want to get them now so you can be at least in the draw to win up to 100,000 upix. I'm not as generous as Happy giving away a full 100,000, but having said that, I'm going to do it every month for at least the next 6 months, with some other prizes and properties to give away too. So we'll
Absolutely.
see how we go.
Yep, I'll start getting on and pushing that. I don't know, probably tonight,
As much
tomorrow,
as
much
much
as
as
I
the
can.
thought of moving them again makes me go, we do need to get it. Like I haven't moved anything for like 2 weeks and I'm well behind. Like I look at my factory and it's just full of fences. And it's just like, okay, I've got
Yeah,
no shortage of supply. We need to get the track done as much as we can anyway.
We do. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, but it could always be better.
Yep.
Okay, guys, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go to. I need to get some sleep. I was up stupid early dealing with raccoons and chickens.
Dead chickens.
Well, the chicken's still alive.
For
I
now.
thought it was dead. I might have to put it out of its misery tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm gonna
It
give
might
it
live
a
up to
night.
its name. It might live up to its name tomorrow.
It might. Remember?
Become a nugget. Become a nugget.
It might become a nugget. Might also be
All
a
right.
raccoon inside, so we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let's do this again next week. And Swarley, I'm glad you got your new digs. That's pretty tight. So
Wish I could show it better to you. Last time I did, it went to go all haywire, but
oh, look at that! Look at that video.
Yeah, nice for you.
this is on level 20 of 100 stories. You've seen the pictures of what level 70 where the pool and stuff is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's not the worst view.
You
in the
got
world,
us,
but yeah,
Corey.
like,
All right, we'll get you level 100 before you know it.
Sparklet does its thing. I'll get up there. Not 100. That's like 30 odd million or 60 million or something to buy that one. But yeah,
Hey,
somewhere
man.
up above 70 would be nice.
We'll get you above 70. We'll get you into the stars.
Got to start buying structural ornaments, everyone. All right. Good night,
Yeah.
everyone. Cheers,
All
next
right,
week.
guys. Have a good night. See you next week. Peace.